Well, good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Rumble, and happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a good week so far. Thormurn's already gotten started on his quest. He was a little impatient, especially to go recover these bits of the Stone of Durin. It's just not acceptable at all to have them laying about being destroyed by orcs, right? Now, let's see. Yep, I thought there was a piece down here. Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh, you're a sapper. You're a dead sapper. Goodbye. Yeah, plant the banner right in their faces. Ha ha. I thought I saw... over there. Along with some weapons we need to confiscate. And of course, it's nighttime in the game, so... Hello, plus that. You say those whippers, sappers. Yes, indeed. Happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully you're having a good week so far. So we got all the pieces of Durin stone that we need. We have 2 arc weapons so far. We'll get more as we go to different camps. We've defeated 10 orcs already, which I am not the least little bit surprised about. Oh, and I did finally remember to get that plug-in to tell me what time it is. In the game, that is. So it's evening in the game right now. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about that. There is no artificially advancing the time today. I do know that in 26 minutes, it will be midnight in the game. So we need to destroy siege engines and catapults. Plant a banner. And I believe we need to get rid of these guys. Yep. We get to do all the fun stuff in here. Okay, that was a siege engine. that guy didn't get very far. weapons. Huh, we could get all our arc weapons here. We got one over there. We'll have to get back to it. We got one here. That's 2 catapult. You can just get out of my face already. And that's 3rd catapult, the 3rd siege, or the 2nd siege engine. Now we still need one more siege master and a siege engine here. Well, there's the siege engine. My guess is, I was gonna say, one of these little stinkers had to have respawned by now. Okay. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Warrior Riders. And a banner. That's it. So off to the 3rd camp. Now the elves won't have us done with this yet. There's another set of quests they're going to have us do. And then after we do the 2nd set of quests, what happens is the quests get combined. If I remember right, I might be wrong on that one. We'll find out once we turn them in. And in fact, it might be these 2 that can get combined into the one. But at any rate, they'll become a daily that you can do for reputation in Lothlorien. Target not in line of sight. So you're not going to come out of there, huh? That's okay. You'll die anyway. Yeah. Excuse me. Get out of my way. Okay. So that's where I need to plant the banner, right over there. Huh. Yeah, I kind of figured that guy had a warg with him too. These warg riders are kind of wusses without their warg. I'm kind of surprised he didn't have a warg with him. Unless that was his warg right there. In which case his warg is late. And he is dead. And his warg will be too shortly. And that guy we don't want yet. He will be the next quest, I believe. He's the boss of them all. Love the crossbow for sentimental reasons. On my elf stalker hunter, I was told to use a bow plus 5% damage. I insist on crossbow. On the final reforge, the old allies, it glitched. Oh? What happened? I mean, how did it glitch? In a good way, I hope. Okay. So, I think that did all the quests. They do like 2430 DPS as compared to the supposed 21XX max. So, it was doing more DPS than it was supposed to. I mean, I know I wouldn't complain about it. Alright, we are closer to the flat. So let's turn those 2 quests in and see what happens. Alright, so, need to talk to you.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds of Lothlorien.
You have done well, Thormurn. We will not forget your help to us, though there be always more to do.
A shadow falls beyond Lothlorien.
I thought there was a second part to that. Alright, I'm not going to read this, but she wants me to set fire to Orc Barricade. Which means he's going to have something else too.
What news from abroad? Tarry a moment and speak with me.
Defeat Orc Waylayers. Alright, so when I get done with those and turn them in, each of them is going to have their quest combined into a daily. Now we head back to Meccan Visru and turn in a whole bunch of quests there, because we're not done with them either. There's like about, I don't know, 5 bazillion quests just at the beginning of Lothlorien. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little. But it used to be that way so you could get the reputation you needed to enter Lothlorien. Okay, I'm going the right way. I was like, wait. In this case, I needed to trust myself. I actually was going the right way. $288 to resistance rating, 2 to wound resistance. The ones I make are 235 to resistance rating. Not a huge difference. I wonder if Thormurn can make these. Ham and carrot soup. Because this is a great way to place to open up our crafting panel, right? Westfold. Probably going to be under Westfold. Wait, it's not going to be... No, it probably would be. Alright. Now at this point, we should be closing the crafting panel. We're going off the road. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to turn in. We are going to get, I want to say at least 3 more.
Well met.
Alright, I don't think he's gonna have another one. Oh, he does.
Speak with me a moment.
He wants me to defeat Ishtosh. Okay, I know which one Ishtosh is.
It is an insult. Hear me out, traveler.
He wants me to defeat Lurk.
It is an insult.
You want me to defeat Noost?
Well met. Will
You want me to destroy gates?
Come and stay a moment.
And defeat Dulgurs. That was the Warg Rider one.
At your service and your families.
And you're the only one that didn't give me another one. Amazing. So I actually ended up with 5 more. I turned in 5 and picked up 5 more. Hello, JV. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're doing well. We have a bunch of bosses to go take care of. Plus a couple of just regular mobs. We want a few Orc waylayers. Good Tuesday? Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I thought for sure it used to be more than just 4. It seems like a pathetic number of mobs to kill per quest. Alright, so Ishtosh should be down here. Right there. Alright, that's Ishtosh down. And while we're here, these are the barricades that they want us to burn. We'll find them in all 3 camps, I believe. There should be at least 3 at this one. only need one more of those little buggers. Wildlife Slayer deeds in Lothlorien are a bit of a doozy, but hey, not Moria. Yeah, and they've actually made all the Slayer deeds a little easier. They're not quite as tedious to do anymore. So, yay for that. Okay, so we've destroyed some barricades. Now, in here we have 2 bosses to kill. One of them is right there, that's Lurk. And the other one is in the back. Ha! I stopped him before he could finish his healing spell. And there's Noost. Alright, and there goes Noost. Bye, Noost. I'd say it was nice knowing you, but it wasn't. Okay, ba. So, the only thing we have left is the gates and Dolgers, which are at the final camp. I believe with that, we'll be done at Mecham-Bizrith. So instead of going to the flat first, we'll go back to Mecham-Bizrith first and turn them in. There might be one more quest, but it might be one of those head over here. You spent so much time prepping for your attack that I was able to kill you before you got an attack off. Not the brightest orc, was it? So, here's the gate. You must face... How much more facing the target can I get? They gave us less of a skill induction and ignored the creatures. Oh, yeah. The creature's skill inductions are pathetic, aren't they? I mean, maybe we shouldn't complain about that too much. we don't want them fixing that. Alright, there's Dolgers. And he is one weak little... fill in the blank with whichever descriptive you choose. Oh. I'm talking about the mobs on landscape. But if you're talking about fixing PvMP mobs, yeah, I would say that should be fixed. I don't do PvMP myself, but if they're not giving the monster players any love, then it kind of makes it hard for people to want to do PvMP. We're going the right way. Yes, we're going the right way. I'm wondering if the mobs get... Yeah, you say PvMP is not fun for the monster side? Well, I am sorry to hear that. Like I said, I mean, just personally for me, PvP isn't my thing. And to be perfectly honest, I don't have the reflexes to do PvP anymore. I mean, I'm not exactly a spring chicken. Plus, I've always been a little more kind of co-op. Last time I did PvP stuff, it was like Battlefield 1942 or something like that. It's an old Battlefield. I was told I was decent at it. I disagree. I suck. I've sucked a big fat hairy sack, but I was told I was decent. However, having said all that, I am all for a game that says it has PvP in it to actively work on making that PvP good for the players that want it. You know? And I always liked the way that LOTRO had this specific area that people could go to if they chose to do PvP. I thought that was very well thought out.
What do you need?
You have done it! Ishtosh has fallen. Durin's stone still stands and my heart weeps with joy. We dwarves are not an emotional people, and I am sure you have found in your ventures, but the destruction of Durin's stone would have made any dwarf sob. You said it would be awesome if they made a server for PvP players. I mean, probably, but at this point, we're lucky they're making 64-bit servers. And honestly, at this point, we're probably lucky they're still supporting the game at all.
Lothlorien is hidden from him.
A lot of games that get to be this age get, you know, pretty much put on life support. Here, the Bombadil event was PvP worldwide. Well, maybe if there was enough interest in that, they'll run more things like that for people. That seems like that could potentially draw some eyes. Ooh. Battle lore recipe. Did not have that. Now we do. Like I said, yeah, I'm all for, you know, if a game says it got a certain something, then it really should work towards promoting that and supporting it.
It is an insult!
The head has been chopped off, and the snake lies limp. With Noose defeated, the camp is in disarray. I do not feel they will be making a coordinated attack anytime in the future. Thank you for your help. Okay. We'll just take that, it's worth more.
What is the meaning of this?
This is a joyous day indeed. With Lork defeated, the making of siege weapons has come to a halt. Now our foothold here in the outskirts of Lothlorien are both safe from serious threats. Though I dare say the elves would not tolerate orcs on their borders. You're probably right about that. I imagine they'd, take care of business. Just like they used to do to us when we didn't have the reputation to get into Lothlorien.
What do you want?
Finally, a night where I can sleep sound without the fear of hearing those feet come pounding towards me. I thank you. That's actually not a bad two-handed sword. Too bad we don't use a two-handed sword.
What do you want?
With the track destroyed, we will have little to fear from the Warg Riders. My axe will cut down any but the best, and thanks to you, we no longer have to fear that. That axe I might want to look at. Not right this moment, but I will not be selling that one just yet. Because, of course, as a dwarf, Thormurn will wish to look at any axe presented to him to see if it's worthy of his use.
In these dark days, we must work together, or flee.
I'll hold on to them. I still probably won't use them. I think that's it. That's all I needed to sell, right? Right. Alright, I'm gonna be lazy. And take the ride to Ecat and Estelle. And run over to the Flet from there. That's the only quest that we have left to turn in. Oh! And I did level up, didn't I? Oh, look! Good lord. Why do I have 4 points to spend? Because apparently when I spent the points the last time, I forgot to apply them. Like a little idiot. Range damage buff. Alright. Now, they'll stay spent. Doing pretty good with determination. It's at rank 27, giving us plus 25 to our agility. I'm wondering if we shouldn't swap out for charity for a bit so we can get that up. Because I like the resistance rating. I think charity is one of those virtues that most classes can use because of the resistance rating. We go. Turn these in.
What brings you to Lothlorien?
Very good. Setting fire to their barricades will tell even the most dull-witted orc that he is not welcome in Nanduhirian. So close, Lothlorien. You have done well.
Will you aid the Gorothul?
There we go. So, the daily becomes defeat orcs in Nanduhirian and set fire to the orc barricades. We'll go ahead and pick it up. If we do it, we do it. If not, if we don't do it today, that's fine too.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds of Lorien.
And he was the one that wanted me to waylay the waylayers.
The Lord and Lady have need of your services.
And he thanks me for collecting the orc weapons and... His daily is to collect orc weapons and defeat waylayers. So yeah, each of them, their 2 quests becomes 1 daily. So when you do those, you get 700 reputation with the Khazad-dum each time. And you can do those every day, once a day. We're halfway through acquaintance with the Khazad-dum. And there's all sorts of quests in Lothlorien, and some of them are dailies, or become dailies like those did. And while it's still a slight bear to get up to Kindred with Lothlorien, it isn't as bad as it used to be. Used to be, I wanted to pull my hair out trying to get up to Kindred with Lothlorien. Now it's like, if you're kind of consistent with it, you can get it done in about a week's worth of session. So let's see. We have a few quests here. My recommendation, do not take this dwarf's quest. I know he's a fellow dwarf, but do not take his quest. He wants you to kill animals that are protected. And as I pointed out earlier, protected animals will lose you reputation in Lothlorien. So, screw him.
tarry a moment and speak with me.
So he wants us to collect orc filth from the banks of the Nimmerdale. Orcs have been trying to enter the Golden Wood for the past several days, Thormurn, and though they are killed by the arrows of the Galadrim before they get very far, still there is grievous damage done. Curse the foul feet of the Orcs. Their passage across the swift-flowing Nimmerdale has dirtied its clean waters. The encrusted filth of their boots collects on the banks of the stream, and the song of Nimmerdale is made the more sorrowful for it. Travel north and south along the stream and collect the filth left behind by the Orcs' passage. Bring it to me, and we will dispose of it, and Nimmerdale will run clean once more.
Hail, stranger. If you are rested, I have a request of you.
The Orcs of Moria are numerous, Thormurn, and have become bolder than ever in recent days. Some of them have even managed to pass the border of the wood, though none of them will ever come again out of Lothlorien. The sharp eyes of the Galadrim are quick to discern passage of the Orc host, and any Orc so found cannot expect to live for long. But there are so many of the wild creatures that the arrows of the Galadrim will be in short supply before much longer. Look for Orc corpses along the border of the Golden Wood, east of here, and recover arrows from their bodies. Do not get too near the border, for the Galadrim may shoot you from hiding if they do not know you. Stray not too near to the border if you value your life. Well, fortunately for us, they won't actually do that anymore, but so we want to gather some orc filth. Doesn't that sound so pleasant? Oh, it's not there. Sometimes there's a rare leak that's up there, but I don't see it's not, so it's not up there. Not that I could handle it. And that's an Urukai. The elves of Lothlorien really do take care of business. Right, that's all the orc filth. Now we just need to find some more orc bodies. Ah. I knew there was one here somewhere. Is that other orc body? Right there. he jumped in some water. How did he break anything? I'm surprised the elves don't yell at you for swimming in the river. I mean, as far as they're concerned, you're no cleaner than the orcs. Alright, so we'll talk to you first.
Be wary, traveler. Orcs have come down from the mountains. Will you raid the Gorothulien?
He wants us to take the filth that we picked up and go and burn it at an orc camp.
Welcome to Lothlorien. Hail, stranger. If you are rested, I have a request of you.
She wants you to take a bundle of arrows and carry them back to Mechanbizrek. And by carry them, I actually mean carry them. So we can't get on our horse during this. We can't get knocked off by water or anything. We actually have to run these back to Mechanbizrek. And there is a timer. Fortunately for us, Thormurn's a hunter. So this should be easy peasy for him. So long as he doesn't run into anything. It is currently late watches, 3 minutes until 4 dawn. And by the way, those are also dailies. So, they're actually some of the easier dailies to do. Because one is just grab the orc filth and then take it to an orc camp and burn it. The other one is grab the arrows and then take them back to the camp. So if you grab the 2 dailies from the flat and the 2 dailies from Ekat and Estelle, you can do them together, and I think that's... I want to say the ones that Ekat at the camp are also 700 reputation apiece. They might be 500, but let's just say it should net to up to 2,800 reputation each time you do the 4 quests. Threading the needle a little too close there. And we we still have plenty of time. So even if you don't have a hunter speed boost, you should have relatively little trouble getting back here in time.
Welcome to Lothlorien.
And here it is. No, this one actually gives me, well, for this time it gives you 1,200 points. So I don't know if it gives you 1,200 points every time or just the first time you do it. And I'm not going to take it again to find out right now. But that was a quick 1,200 points. Now we need to do the whole routine. Kill orc waylayers. And I guess it is 4 waylayers, but 10 orcs in general. Alright. That's a pain in the butt. So. Excuse me. Are you done healing up? You know what? Let me kill you instead. There we go. Burn the filth. Grab some orc weapons. Kill the emissary again, because why not? Excuse me. Huh. You didn't stop me from getting those orc weapons. We just need 2 more weapons, 2 more waylayers, a couple more barricades. Oh, there's a waylayer. Hi! Thank you for sacrificing yourself for the cause. Alright, so we just need 2 more weapons. 2 more orc weapons, and that's it. Well, I mean, they're wood barricades. What do you expect? A torch, a little wax, and they go burn. Well, let's talk about their choice of weapons. They absolutely suck. Like something I got out of the scrap pile. But that's all the better that their forge masters can do. The dwarves should have kicked their heinies a long time ago. Okay, so we can turn those in now. I am still kind of sad that the graphic updates won't be happening. But I guess I can kind of sort of understand. They did the cost analysis on it, and it was just going to cost way too much. Of course, you know, if they would do it, instead of trying to do it all at once, do it a little bit at a time. Maybe focus on doing an update on the general landscape mapping. You know, a lot of the mountains don't look very nice. They don't look like mountains at all. I mean, the skybox, I don't even have to worry about the skybox. It looks great as it is.
Be wary, traveler. Orcs have come down from the mountains.
And this one will get me 1200 reputation.
The Gorothul will need your aid.
Okay, so once you... It looks like once you've done it once, it does become...
Greetings. If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
It does become 700. I don't feel like doing it again right now to find out for certain. But that does seem to be the case. Still, that is 28 That is 2,800 points a day if you were to do all 4 each day. And since they all are in the same place, you grab them all, then you take the arrows back to Mech and Bizru, and on the way back, you get the other 3 done real quick, turn them in, and you're done. Excuse me. Get off the tail end. You probably do not want to follow me. See, unlike unlike the town guards in those places, the elves here do not play around. They will attack.
Be wary, traveler. Orcs have come down from the mountains.
So I can do this again in 1 hour and 59 minutes because I guess that's when it's going to reset. Unless they have made this so that it resets in less time,
Servants
which
of the enemy cannot
could be a
pass the
thing
Lothlorien.
too. Alright, those are done. How are we doing with our reputation? Not the elves of Rivendell. 1660 of 2,000, so we're less than 4,000 away from making friends. Pretty good progress. I think we want to follow this road. You have crossed the Nimmerdale with the lady's leave, but do not cause trouble here. I wonder at the lady for letting so many pass our borders. I wonder at y'all for all knowing the common tongue. And of course, there is a deed for finding all the Talons in Lothlorien, which I always have quite the time finding them. These two are easy though, because they're on either side of the road as you enter Lothlorien proper. This one's kind of nice and quiet. No NPCs up here to bother you. Just some nice benches to sit down and look around and think. Alright, I feel like we should take a moment to grab a couple of stables. We should be going to Seren Amroth, but Great River Enedwe? Well, Mirkwood first. Let's see. Miss Madrigal did Enedwe and Dunland and did the Prisoner of Isengard stuff. I don't know what Miss Marsland's gonna do. She's currently in Aragion, which Miss Madrigal didn't do. But she's also got to go back to Angmor when she's done with Aragion. Yeah, it's possible Thormurn could work on Great River. I don't know if I could pick up the main quest for Great River without going through the quest chain for Enadwaith and Dunland, though. I mean, I could certainly do the side stuff. Miss Medriel is going to be going through Great River, at least because the Epic's going through it.
Greetings to you.
But she'll be so... Well, yeah, she's going to be over leveled for it. It's going to be a walk in the park for her. Okay, so we got that. We have at least the outside stable for the Great City. I have the feeling Thormurn's not going to like that city too much. I mean, he thinks the flats are kind of neat. I don't think he's going to like the big old Malorn trees with the flats that are like way up high. I mean, he's a self-respecting dwarf. No dwarf lives high up in the air like that. And of course, here's the vineyards.
May Gavanen.
Oh, we could try to go get the Thinglod stable. He's probably gonna have a bit of a time with that. If y'all hear an engine revving, sorry, the neighbor's got a very loud car. It sounds very, very nice. It goes very vroom, vroom, vroom. But it is very loud. Oh, come on. What dwarf does not like climbing trees? It's like elves not liking mining. I don't know too many elves that like mining any more than dwarves like climbing trees. Give a dwarf a pickaxe and a mountain and tell him to build himself a home in the ground, he'll be like, all right. Tell him he's going to live 6 stories up in a tree on a flat with no real walls. He'd be like, come again? Did you have too much ale?
What can I do for you?
Okay, so we got the Thinglod stable. So once we're ready to start Great River, we have that stable at least. There's some fun stuff in Great River. There's some stuff in Great River that is pretty much for a fellowship. Can be pretty dicey to do if you're solo. Now find fishing nets. Always hated this one. There's a couple of different quests that have you find fishing net. There's one in Great River, but there's also one in the Troll Shaws. Near Ekad Candelith. There's a little fishing hut there. I believe that that's one of the quests for that one, is to find fishing nets. Because you have to gather fish to lure whatever has been stealing the fish, and it turns out to be Golem. Now, there is a side quest here in Lothlorien that's actually rather amusing. We won't get to it for a while. I think it happens at the vineyards. Something about delivering a letter. And if you've done the quest in Lothlorien, you probably know which one I'm talking about. So I'm probably not spoiling anything for you. But it has to do with this elf right here at the Lady's Rest. Red hot chili peppers, blood sugar, sucker, fish, and my dish. How many pieces do you wish? That sounds nasty. That sounds gross. Where is it? We're getting close to it. Badger! How was our youth? Oh, my youth was Bon Jovi and Iron Maiden and Guns N' Roses and Halloween. Ah, there's the stable. And of course, Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and the Bangles. And Video Killed the Radio Star. Which I actually got to see the very first time it played on MTV. Because I got to see MTV go live on air. You love all the bands I named off? Well, funny, I have a actual record collection. I have stuff from like the 70s and 80s. I have stuff like the Partridge Family. I have Blue Oyster Cult. I have Jefferson Airplane. I have some Madonna. I have Jim Croce. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The guy that sang Big Bad Leroy Brown. I actually went back to vinyl because there's just something, I don't know. There's just something about listening to a record that just doesn't get duplicated in modern format.
Welcome to Cairn Amroth. Few only have had the joy of seeing this place.
Welcome to Cairn Amroth, Thormurn. Few only have had the joy of seeing it in these fading times, its beauty a remnant only of the majesty it once held. For on this mound, Amroth, Lord of Lothlorien, built his house, in the days before his love was lost, and he himself vanished from Middle-earth. It is said that when the south wind blows upon the hill, if you listen for the sound of the gulls, you might hear still Amroth calling for his lost love Nimrodel. But she never came back. Milwyn pauses a moment, but with a light laugh, she recovers herself. Do not look sad, Thormurn. Cairn Amroth should be a reminder of happier days. Walk upon the grass and be joyful. Your sorrows will not follow you here.
A moment, friend, before you go.
Before you go, Thormurn, you should know that you are not the only visitor that has come to Lorien in recent days. In fact, I understand that you are known to these guests, and they will be pleased to see you. The hobbit Frodo Baggins is resting with some members of his company on the crest of the hill. I do not know what errand has brought them to the Golden Wood, or if you have been entrusted with the knowledge of it, but I am sure he will be pleased to see you. I had tickets to the last B&G concert in Philly. They canceled. Axl Rose threw a hissy fit. Did he throw a hissy fit because it was canceled, or was it canceled because he threw a hissy fit? I mean, as much as I love Axl Rose's singing, let's be honest, he was a bit of a prima donna. Cairn Amroth, February 15th. Second option. So he threw a hissy fit and they canceled. Yeah. Like I said, he always was a bit of a prima donna. But dang, could he sing. Pippin is sleeping in our pavilion in Khazad-dum.
We have come such a long way, haven't we?
Thormurn, when Milwyn told me another traveler from over the mountains had come to Lothlorien, I had no idea it would be you. We have come such a long way, haven't we? There is still a long way to go, but here in Lothlorien I have found it difficult to worry too much about the road ahead. You have to tell Sam and me what has happened since we parted, my friend. It feels like a lifetime has passed since leaving Rivendell, and several at least since last I saw Bag End. But Sam does not seem as surprised to see you as I am, Thormurn. You haven't become the chief conspirator of another conspiracy, have you, Sam?
Hello there.
Hello there, Thormurn. Me? A conspirator? It's not like that at all, Mr. Frodo, and you know I'm not cut out for the keeping of secrets, despite your teasing. It's just that so many queer things have happened to us already, and this place being so elvish and all, I'd just about given up being surprised when something out of the ordinary happens. And here comes Thormurn out of the woods right enough. You should find Mr. Merry somewhere around this hill, Thormurn. I know he'll be pleased as anything to see you. He's taking one of his walks, and might be resting in a private garden nearby. So, let's find Merry a dock. So this is one of those quests that kind of just gives you a little tour around. Says, hey, take a look around and see the sights. Find a couple of points of interest. Help you along with your exploration deeds. Bane Baloth. This is such a very relaxing place. I find it hard to measure the minutes as they pass.
I did not think to run into you here. I can tell you that.
Well, hello there, Thormurn. I have to admit, I did not think to run into you here in Lorien. You're on the wrong side of the mountains, aren't you? Aren't we all? Merry's face lights up as he laughs long and loudly. Pippin is around here somewhere, taking a nap, I believe. No, I wouldn't wake him. We'll all have plenty of time to catch up, I imagine. Lothlorien is so peaceful, it's hard to remember how hard our road will be, and has been. I wonder if you might track down Boromir. He doesn't seem to be having as good a time here as the rest of us. I think he's impatient to get going again, but maybe seeing you again will cheer him up. I last saw him on the northwest outskirts of the great clearing from which Sirin Emroth rises. Boromir, happy to see anyone? Ah, you jest. Yeah, it's Sirin Emroth, February 15th. So the day after Valentine's Day. It's very pretty. I still say Imladris is prettier. At least Imladris feels naturally pretty. There is something about Lothlorien that is just unnaturally pretty. Alright, I always have trouble figuring out how to get up there. Ah, over there. Sometimes you just have to back up and take in a longer view. Oh, hello, Mr. Fox. Oh, you're a cute little fox. Don't worry. I'm not going to attack the fox. And where is our buddy? Although I'm using that term very loosely. The halflings are too trusting of these elves.
It is most strange to see you here. Has Eriador been made safe already?
Thormurn, it is most strange to see you here. As the last time I saw you, was the Knight Elrond of Rivendell entrusted you with the continued defenses of Eriador. Is that land so safe already? Thormurn sighs and squares his shoulders again. I am sorry, Thormurn. My words were born of frustration, not of dislike. Every hour we spend in idleness here is an hour during which the shadow draws closer to my city. I've seen little of Aragorn, and even less of Gimli. The dwarf seems to have gotten over his distrust of elves easily enough. Even now he's off with Legolas atop one of the trees at the crest of the hill of Crin Amroth. Speak to him and see for yourself. So Boromir does not seem to like elves. So he would have been one of those Gondorians that would have been against Aragorn marrying Arwen. Yes, there are various and sundry quests here. But let's talk to Gimli.
By Durin's beard, I did not expect to see you again so soon.
I am glad to be surprised. Legolas has been showing me the woods of Lothlorien and the majesty of these trees, so like to stone-carved pillars beneath the mountains, fills this dwarves with amazement. Has it been the same with you, kinsman? And yet, even in a land of such marvels, I find its lady to be the greatest one of all. Still, I am ready to return now to the ground. If you ask me, the trees are best admired from below, rather than up among their branches.
We are just about to search for more patrolling orcs.
What was I saying about dwarves? Legolas and I were just about to take another walk among the trees of Lothlorien in search of patrolling orcs, Thormurn. Why don't you come with us? What do you think, Legolas? Is there room in our party for a third? Surely Thormurn will enjoy seeing the beauty of the wood, and the possibility of having an orc or three will only sweeten the appeal of such a tour. Your enthusiasm might convince another dwarf of the beauty of this place, Legolas. How could you dismiss such a chance? Alright. I'm just gonna have a munchie here and maybe light a fire on our arrows. What say you, Legolas?
I would be delighted if you were to join us.
I would be delighted if you would join us, Thormurn. The beauty of Lothlorien is best when shared, though we must all remain alert, even when walking among the trees of Lorien, for the orcs of Moria have come down into Nanduhirion and are able to sneak past the borders on occasion. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am absolutely ready to go. Let's go. Shake a leg.
Memory be now dim. Of old, elves and dwarves were close in friendship. Legolas of Mirkwood and Gimli the dwarf, through shared hardship, have rekindled the old bonds. Even now they look for orcs to slay beneath the eaves of Lothlorien.
How can I be of service?
Are you ready, Thormurn? It is possible that no further orcs have crept beyond the borders, but if any have, we must be prepared to do battle. Come then, I will show you the way. This way, my friend. I like his outfit. It's very nice. Wouldn't look good on me, Thormurn. I've been told of the beauty here, but the songs could not do these woods justice. I too heard tales, but they were not of the same sort, Legolas. Old friends. Well, I don't see anything, and the eyes of dwarves are renowned for their sharpness. What are you shooting at, Legolas? Save some for the rest of us, Legolas. You and Thormurn will have your chance, Gimli. This orc was just a scout. Here they come. Let us press on. There may be remnants of this troop still within the woods. It saddens me to see even these few orcs within the Golden Woods. My axe delights at it, but this dwarf is saddened for your sake and the sake of the lady. What say you, Gimli? Do your orc eyes detect more orcs nearby? Or, aye, there be orcs close, but it is my nose that tells me so. Here come foul-smelling foes. Khazad. The orcs are dead, but their smell lingers. Your words do not suit you, friend Galadrim. If you've gone so long without learning the meaning of courtesy, my axe can be a willing teacher. Another has come to the border, Thormurn, and is asking for you. Oh, wait a second. The orcs are dead, but their smell remains. That is often the way of unwelcome visitors, Master Dwarf. Legolas says, your words do not suit you, friend Galadrim. Gimli says, if you have gone so long without learning the meaning of courtesy, my axe can be a willing teacher. Galadrim Archer says, too many dwarfs have come to Lothlorien in recent days. Another has come to the border, Thormurn, and is asking for you. I was told to find you, Thormurn, and send you to the eve of the woods. A stranger has arrived on the border. Such a visitor to Lothlorien has been seen only twice before, and both of these visitors, against the better judgment of my people, are here before me, within the Golden Wood. The stranger's a dwarf, and he is asking for you, Thormurn. Well, you know, I am a dwarf too, so I guess you don't like me either? What dwarf would willingly come to this place, where hospitality to guests is none? Do not take it to heart, Gimli. Neither of our kindreds have been friendly for some time. He is welcome to come to Khazad-dum if it please him. I will tie his blindfold myself. You're not very happy, is he? Gimli, Glowin's son. That's not Bosey, is it? You're a long way from the Iron Hills, Bosey. Things are not going well for the Iron Garrison in Khazad-dum, Thormurn. Mazog still rules much of the deep, and many of the levels from his stronghold of Gabba-Zagal, and many good dwarves have fallen to his forces. Some, like my own son Bori, are still captives or worse. I cannot bear to think what torments they may have suffered behind the walls of Zabagathal. Still, the dwarves of the Iron Garrison struggle to reclaim the hidden caverns. but for every beauty there is unearthed, two evils seem to spring forth from the depths. I have come to enlist the help of the ruler of these elf woods. If Celeborn of Lothlorien wishes to reap the benefits of friendship with the dwarves, he must reciprocate in kind. You are trusted by these elves, Thormurn. Tell this warden, this sentry, of our plight. Perhaps they will listen to you. We will bring this dwarf to speak with Celeborn, Thormurn, but you will be held responsible for him. You will be accountable for any and all of his actions while he remains within the Golden Wood. Come with us. I love how they trust me, a dwarf, but they don't like Gimli or Bozy, also dwarves. For the sake of the Iron Garrison, I have put up with the indignity of being blindfolded during the passage here. But our people could teach the elves of this place something of courtesy were they to visit Khazad-dum. Let us see now if the ill manners of the elves spring from their master. Such indignities will be forgiven if Celeborn will help the Iron Garrison. Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel are most gracious. They will listen to your request. But will they do more than listen, I wonder? It is said the Lady of these woods wields a terrible power and is no friend to dwarves. Said by those who know little or nothing about the Lady Galadriel, Bozy. Her power lies in wisdom and in kindness, even for those who mistrust her. This way, please. Welcome to Lothlorien, Bozy of the Iron Garrison. I am at your service, Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel of Lorien. If you know of the Iron Garrison, you must know of the troubles that have befallen us. I know that one who enters Moria should expect it. I should be surprised to learn this was not the case. Would you say the same if it were your home that needed reclaiming? Was the danger that came to my home of my own making? You hear a woman's voice inside your head. Much resentment must be overcome if elves and dwarves are to have peace. But it must happen if they are to survive the coming tide. Perhaps you should tell us what hardship the Iron Garrison faces within Moria, Bozy. Yes, well, so I shall. Thormurn has been great help to us in the mines. We have won several battles against the Orcs, but always they return and in greater numbers. Our miners work to unearth new passages, but nameless creatures lurk within the most promising. And now my son Bori has been captured by Mazog and snared by the sorcerer Gorothul. Gorothul is known to me. I did not know he had left Mirkwood. I will send a number of Galadrim to aid your people in their efforts, Bozy. The times are too dark for the friendship of our people to remain lapsed. Come here, Thormurn, and you too, Gimli. My lord's decision affects you both as well. The Lord of the Galadrim has much wisdom, and it is his wish that the dwarves not face the darkness of Khazad-dum unaided. So it will be, and you too shall stand against whatever evils lie now beneath the mountains, Thormurn, if this is your wish. It is time for you to leave, young one. There is much to be done. Young one? I guess even, no matter how old or young Thormurn is, he would be considered a young one to Galadriel.
I would have the mines restored, but my road lies with Frodo.
I wish I could help the Iron Garrison with their efforts in Khazad-dum, Thormurn. The mines have brought me great sadness, but I would have them restored, and the Iron Garrison will need able-bodied dwarves if that is to happen. But I cannot. My road lies with Frodo, and I will see this errand through before I return to the mines. The needs of the Iron Garrison is great, but Glowin's sun does not turn aside from one charge to begin another. Gimli's brow furrows, and then his eyes light with wonderment. I am struck by the thought, Thormurn, that Bosie's tidings may not have been unknown to the Lady Galadriel. At my first meeting with her, it seemed to me that she offered a choice between continuing the quest and leaving it to others, and here arrives just such a point of decision. Let's see. No. No. I'll take the enhancement runes.
I have made my decision.
That is my decision. I will not abandon the quest with which I have been charged. I hope you will give to Bosie and the rest of the Iron Garrison the aid that I would have provided if I were there, Thormurn. When the errand of this company is finished, I hope to return to a reclaimed Moria, and your efforts will help make that possible. Bosie said he would return to the Chamber of the Crossroads near Durin's Way in Moria. Go now to him, and give him both my regret that I cannot now return, and my fervent good wishes for his success. Wah! We have to go back into Moria! Wah! Okay, it's not that bad. We could probably stick around here and do a couple of the quests here first. And then go back to Moria.
The Lord and Lady have need of your services.
I don't feel like doing that run right now.
Hail, stranger. If you are rested, I have a request of you.
Megalon and friend, I am Anasiel. How fare you, and whither go you? I'm here to gather some of the Eleanor that grows so brightly upon this hill, and extracted the juice from its stem and heart make a marvelous golden yellow color. The creation of pigments and paints is an art unto itself, nearly as engaging as the uses to which I and my fellow artists put them. Unfortunately, it is a time-consuming, unless, if you have some time to aid me, it would be most appreciated. So she wants me to gather her some chalk and red berries so she can make her paints. Fine, we'll take your quest.
The Lothlorien will need your aid.
She wants me to examine some saplings, which is part of a quest chain that I think finally ends in a daily. We might as well go upstairs and see what we got up here.
Greetings. If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
Oh, this one takes us around to different places to talk to people. My name is Tulin. What are you called? Thormurn. The name is familiar. Are you a friend to Aragorn, son of Arathorn? Ah, yes, you helped reforge Norsil from its shards. It is a pleasure and an honor to make your acquaintance. Wait, I did? I remember when all of us here at Seren Emroth once greatly doubted his fitness to court our sweet Umdomil, but I am sure you know the tale of their romance. What? You do not? I suppose with Elisar being as close as he is, it is not all that surprising. Nevertheless, if you're interested, you should certainly learn the tale, as it is sweet indeed. Oh, not from me. I have only pieces of it myself. I shall, however, send you to those from whom I learned the rest. Penaseth, known as the Keeper of Stories, has befriended one of the visiting hobbits along the path toward the city. Neris, called the Guardian of Lore, can usually be found in a clearing east of here, in Gelador, with his friend Sindiel. Melibrinil, currently visiting the lovely garden of Sandthurwan, south of here, helped care for Orwin Umdomil when she was young. Mouthfuls.
Welcome to Lorien. May I have a word with you?
May your path be ever starlit, friend. Welcome to Seren Emroth. Do you not find the beauty of this place inspiring? Your pardon. I am Thavron. Thavronway, a statue carver from Galadon. I am here to listen to the trees and try to translate their lovely whispers into shapes that will last. Have you time to spare? I must build up a stacked pile of wood and stone to work with. If you wish to help, you might fetch me some. Anybody else? Nope. Good. Now, at least one of these, well, at least two of these is like a series of quests. A couple of them definitely become dailies. Now, if I remember right, are berries around here? Or chalk is too? Ah, berries. They almost look like holly berries. Almost. So the chalk is along the base of this hill. And of course, like most things in the game when you're looking for something, it will glow and sparkle. I know somebody was talking about how dumbed down MMOs have become over the years. How the old MMOs didn't hold your hand and basically walk you through finding everything. And I have to admit, even LOTRO has kind of done that over time. Has made things easier to find. I think I would be more annoyed if I hadn't already done this quest about, 20 times and didn't already know where the stuff was to begin with. But if I was playing like a brand new MMO and everything was pointed out for me constantly for every quest, I would probably be pretty annoyed. Not gonna lie. I don't know. Is it just me? say yes, you understand what I'm saying? You agree? I think that's one of the things I like about survival games. They don't really do that. You actually have to go and find something on a map. No, Kitty. Go away, Kitty. I'm not fighting you. You actually have to go find something. So, like, in Shrouded. I gotta go look for that, that town, or that survivor, or that, temple, or that elixir well, or whatever it is I'm looking for. I don't get a quest and it immediately marks it on the map. It might mark a general area on a map, but it's not marking the exact location on the map for me. And now it has question marks on a map, but it won't tell you what the question marks are until you go to them and actually put boots on the ground to find out what's there. And you actually, I think, in a lot of cases, have to get close enough to the area to even get the question marks. So, and Valheim's, you know, even worse. You don't have anything like that. You have to go out and explore and find stuff. And I kind of wish there was an MMO, a somewhat current day MMO that did that again. But then people would complain that it took too long to get stuff done. And you would get the people who's like, well, this game doesn't respect my time. And I think that's why a lot of MMOs went with this route of making everything easy to find to begin with. Because people complained. Exactly that. They want everything handed to them. And I guess we can thank games that have done exactly that. Alright, so you know, people complain, well, it takes too long to level up in LOTRO. I'm like, it has never been easier to level up in LOTRO. Yeah, but in XYZ game, I can get 100 levels in an hour. I'm like, excuse me? What's the fun in playing the game then?
What brings you to Lothlorien?
Megavonen, I am Neris, the keeper of the histories of the Galadrim. I have memorized the lays and poems, the lineages and heraldry, and the great martial and political deeds of our people. How may I be of service? I see, a tale of recent days, then. I have read a tale recorded by Elrond Half-Elven of the solemn discourse he held with the son of Arathorn, 15th chieftain of the Dunedain. The Lord of Imladris had read the heart of Aragorn, and seen the newborn love there for Orwen Umdomiel. He told Aragorn of the great doom that awaited him. Either he would rise above all his lineage since the days of Elendil the Tall, father of Isildur, or he would plunge into darkness with all the remnants of his kin. Also that in many years of trial that lay before him, he would neither take a wife nor bind a woman's troth to himself until he should be found worthy of doing so. Elrond further warned Aragorn that the even store of her people was too far above him, and he too young for her. He explained how the long life and youth of the Eldar were hers, while her father stayed here, and that she would be able to follow him into the west when he should go. Were she to choose to bind herself to a mortal, her doom would be bleak, her life shortened. She would never marry a mortal unless he was king of both Arnor and Gondor. The next day, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, took his leave of his mother Gilrain, and left the last homely house to go forth into the wilds. He was soon, however, seen once more here in Lothlorien. It is an abiding sorrow and grief to many of us that young Orwen Umdomiel will not come with us when we go. Now I tire. Hold this tale close to your heart. Consider it. Learn from it. Farewell, patient dwarf. It's way too easy to level up in LOTRO, in my opinion. Yeah, well, it has been made much easier over time. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I play Thormurn only, a couple times a week. And he's already level 62. I play Miss Medriel only an hour or so a week. And granted, I've been doing that for 3 years now. But she is almost level 80. So if you think about that, I've over 3 years, about once a week or so. That's not a lot of time that I've played on her. And yet I've managed to get her. Actually, it's not even always an hour. People are in-game players, just finish and leave.
Welcome to Lothlorien.
Hold that thought. Gladly will I share what I know of the tale of Aragorn and my dear little Arwen. Aragorn, called Elisar after the green elf stone given him by the Lady Galadriel herself, was just shy of his 50th year, still a brash youngling. He was weary, having been long fighting and traveling through many kingdoms, and had stopped in Lorien on his way back to Rivendell from the border of the Black Land of Mordor. The Lady of the Golden Wood insisted that he cast off his ragged traveling apparel and dressed him in silver, white, and elven gray, such that he appeared almost more than a man, nearer to an elf lord from the Isles of the West, tall and stern. At that moment, Orwen Umdomiel, the Lady of Imladris, saw him again for the first time in nearly 30 years. At that moment, indeed, was her choice made, to follow, await, love, protect, and honor Elisar, and share with him the doom of men. They had but a brief season to wander together through the woods and glades of Lothlorien. The hill of Seren Emroth was their most particularly beloved place. That is where they wandered barefoot through the blossoms of Nifredil and Eleanor, and it was there that they finally plighted their troth and sealed their fate. See, that's something I've never personally understood, and I know it's a play style, and some people just prefer to blast through a game and get it over with and move on to the next game. But I kind of like to take my time in a game and see everything there is to see in it. I've been doing that for a long time. The Garden of Memory. I mean, obviously I've been playing this game for 16 years now. No, LOTRO isn't meant to be a fast run, and I've played this through multiple different characters, and it never gets old. I really enjoy the journey. I enjoy going to the different places and hearing the stories. Every once in a while I even catch a story I haven't, a quest I haven't done in a long time, because sometimes I skip them. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot about that one. Oh, I'm supposed to okay. I have to go back to where we were looking at those saplings because I forgot to grab the wood. Oh well. But I mean, there are other games too, like Skyrim. I'm having fun taking my time and just finding random little things. I don't know the first thing about the quest in Skyrim. I just stumble across stuff and go, oh, what's this quest? And I got a boar trying to kick my butt. Okay, what kind of boar? Oh, you're just a regular boar. Okay. I can kill you. So, that. Okay. That there. See that rooting piglet? Underneath it says protect it. That we do not attack. That will get us in big bad trouble. Well, not big bad trouble. But it will lose us reputation with the elves of Lothlorien. Now, where is Penaseth? Penaseth can be found in the southwest at Corinne North. Oh, you're way off. Okay. I've even been enjoying Morrowind, even though I kind of not too good at it. And I'm actually really hoping that the Skywind mod comes out sooner rather than later, because I really want to play with the Skywind mod. Because just like the Skyblivion mod that I'm super excited for, I'm really excited for the Skywind mod. But yeah, it's game, you know, just RPGs should not be rushed. But like I said, that's my playstyle. Wood. Where? Need one more of that. That done. We need to find Penasith, which I believe, I don't know if she's at Ecat and Estelle. She might be. No, she's not. Okay. Because that Ecat and Estelle's like over here. So she's near to the stable at Seren Amroth. Now, if I want to play a game where the whole objective is numbers go up and just kill a bunch of stuff as fast as possible and all that, I usually go with a bullet hell game. One of my current favorites is Soulstone Survivors. Just been having a ton of fun going through, leveling up my different characters. Got a couple of personal favorites. But even then, I'm not like totally rushing. I'm just like, okay, how good can I get this character? How many things can I kill at once? How fast can I kill them? Really fun game. If you're interested in that type of game and you haven't tried it out, I do recommend it. I got it when it was on sale. Glad I did. I have other bullet hell games. Obviously, I have Vampire Survivors. I have Gorothul. I have 20 minutes. Was it 20 minutes till dawn? Or 20 minutes to die. I can't remember exactly what it's called right now. Halls of Torment. That's another fun one. But there's just something really over the top and bombastic about the Soulstone Survivors. Seren Amroth.
Welcome to the Golden Wood.
Megovanen, my good hunter. I'm Penaseth, though I am sometimes called the Keeper of Stories. Have you a tale to share? Ah, a tale to request, and none less than that of Aragorn and Orwin. Wonderful. I first met Aragorn when he was a very small child under the care of Elrond Half-Elven, with whom I, too, was staying. His mother, Gilrain the Fair, brought him thither to live when he was but 2 years of age, his father Arathorn having been recently killed on campaign when an orc arrow pierced his eye. Estel, as Aragorn was then known, was a sweet child, serious and intelligent, with no awareness of his kingly lineage. He would not be given that until his 20th year, and we all doted upon him. Since its occurrence during the elder days, we have sung of the great romance of the man Baron One Hand and the elf princess Luthien, also called Tinuviel or Nightingale. I tell you this because I know of the first time Elisor set eyes upon the beautiful Umdomiel. He was singing of Baron's first view of dancing Luthien, clad in silver and blue, dark-haired and gem-crowned. Just then Arn Umdomiel, clad and bejeweled in nearly the same manner, walked before him. Believing himself the recipient of a vision, Aragorn called out just as Baron had, "Tinuviel, Tinuviel, is that not a sweet tale?" No, he had never met her before, despite the fact that she is Elrond's child. Why? It is simple. She had been living here in Lothlorien, for this is the land of her mother's kin. You need to play through the Metro series? I have a couple of those. I think I do not have Metro Exodus, but I have, I know I have Metro Redux and another one of them. I should try playing through that myself sometime. I think I got them in a bundle.
Be wary, traveler. Orcs have come down from the mountains.
Brittle bark, drooping boughs, these are not signs of any particular ailment with which I am familiar. I think we shall need to seek advice about this.
A shadow falls beyond Lothlorien, against which we must be prepared.
If you are willing to be of further aid, Thormurn, I would ask that you seek out the Count of Orthyr, a scholar of the trees who has made the woods of Lothlorien, and especially the majestic trees in and around Surin Amroth, his particular study. Describe to him the symptoms you found on the Malbrethal saplings and follow his advice. You will find him not far west of here near the path.
Sweet-eyed, Rondir.
You have returned. Please let me see what you have gathered. Wonderful, Thormurn, wonderful. These supplies are of excellent quality. Perhaps you too have a little of the artist about you. It would be most welcome were you to return and help me gather these ingredients while you are here. Perhaps I can stockpile enough to remove the need for another such trip for a good long time.
Hail, stranger. If you are rested,
now,
I have a request of
this has become a repeatable. And his, too, should become a repeatable.
Welcome to Lothlorien.
Ah, these will do, Thormurn. These will do very nicely. My heartiest thanks. In fact, turn your face a little towards the light there. Hold still. Perhaps I have found my inspiration after all.
Sweet-eyed, Rondir.
And again, it has become a repeatable.
Sweet-eyed, Rondir.
You have learned the tale. It is sad, but beautiful, is it not? I hear that Arwen now resides again with her father in Imladris, awaiting the day when Aragorn claims his rightful inheritance.
Greetings. If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
Now that you know the sweet history of Elisar and his lady love Umdomiel, perhaps you understand the solemnity of their joining and their parting. The happiest time they had together was the season they spent in Lorien, especially here upon Seren Emroth. It is the habit of many of us who have known either of them to spend time upon the hill in the sunshine, reflecting upon the sacrifices they have made for each other. It is a good way to put one's problems into perspective, among other things. Would you like to do so as well? It must be during the day, as Aragorn said when they spoke their promises, neither the shadow, which he always repudiates, nor the twilight is for him, being mortal. Go to the southern side of the hill and meditate upon these matters for a time. I think we can meditate real quick. What say you? So we have to go on the other side of the tree, and it will tell us when we are in the proper place. So this is where they got engaged, I guess. And it's very picky. It's very specific about where you're going to be. Thormurn's kind of hidden by the grasses. Okay, Thormurn says enough of this, meditating.
May the stars of Elbereth shine upon you.
You have the peaceful look of one who has meditated, Thormurn, solemn and peaceful.
Hail, stranger. If you are rested, I have a request of you.
Turmoil threatens our golden wood for the first time in many a year, Thormurn. The ravages of Orckind to the northwest, the unusually aggressive river creatures to the southeast. I worry that fear may be taking more of a toll upon us than we might admit. I have an idea, and if you will help me see it to completion, it may aid in staving off the insidious dread that is the enemy's weapon. Now the golden flower we call Eleanor, and its pale counterpart, Nifredil, are nearly as much in the heart of every elf as is Seren Emroth itself. The hill upon which they grow. Their smell revives us, their gentle colors rest our eyes. Please pick some and bring them to my friends elsewhere in Lothlorien. Maliriel is the feast mistress at Imlad Lele. Follow the road east and south until you reach the height by the river. Ambundel is at Ekad Andestel. You may already have met him. Retrace your steps back to northern Nimrodel, southwest of here. Talon Fenwadol is west of Seren Emroth. There you will find Bahaneth, the quartermaster. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go pick the flowers. At least that's easy enough. Invalid target. Oh. I guess I'm not supposed to be attacking the flowers. I'm supposed to be pecking them. You know, it seems like the hill is covered in these. You should just be able to, like, reach down and just go bloop, and grab a whole bunch. You shouldn't have to even go more than 2 steps. The flowers are basically silver and gold. That'd be kind of neat. That would be kind of neat, actually. Have a little flower bed with silver and gold flowers. I think this will be a good place to rest. Oh, and a fun fact, don't jump off the side of the flat. You will not like the results. Here, you might survive with this crack. I doubt it. In the Great City, you will not survive. I found that out the hard way. Fun times. I think this is definitely a good place for Thormurn to rest. It is late. I have not actually had dinner yet, so I'd like to go ahead and do that. But before I do, let me go ahead and thank everybody that stopped by. So thank you to Plastonic for stopping in. Really appreciate you. Thank you to JB. Appreciate you. Enjoyed the conversation from both of you. I hope you have a great night. And you have a wonderful Wednesday. And to everybody who maybe popped in and out or stuck around for a little while and didn't say anything, well, know that you are seen and appreciated too. But next time, say hi. I promise I don't bite. Now, let's see. Today is Tuesday. Friday, we will be doing some more wind. I think... I'm not sure. I'm going to try to squeeze in something Thursday. I will leave a community note if I'm able to do it. If not, I will try to squeeze it in on Saturday. Either way, if you don't want to miss all the fun, and you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, do all the fun clicky things the website wants you to do. But once again, thank you. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful night. Have a great Wednesday. And until next time, bye for now.